So, gentlemen, I heard some news about AEW. Are they going to run a show in an 80,000 capacity stadium? Is this true,
Well,
Kenny?
If you ask the internet, AEW is dead, and there's absolutely no way they can do this. But apparently, Tony Khan is planning to run next year a stadium with 80,000 people. Brian, what stadium is this? Could you give us some details on this situation? Because me and Kato don't know what we're talking about.
So I heard over the grapevines that Tony Khan is looking to finalize something by 2025, Dallas, Arlington area. And the stadium that comes to mind is the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, which is the AT&T Stadium. So that tells me they are looking to hold a show where the capacity is 80,000 people. And real interesting in the States.
Real interesting
States,
in
yeah.
the States.
Yeah, because... Now, Kenny,
I'll
cut you off for a second because I saw this tweet right here and I gotta show it. It's back from 2023, and this is Wembley, right? United Kingdom, not United States, but 80,000 capacity here as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they did it in England. I don't know if they'll be able to do it in the USA with all the, you see the attendance in Dynamite. I don't even want to talk about Collision and the other show. So, I don't know if they can do it in the United States, but it says it's next year. So they got a lot of time to build to it.
But the pay-per-views right now, they're packed. So, I mean, they're filling out their pay-per-view shows. Weekly Dynamite is different than a pay-per-view because you do a show at a random South Carolina event. You know, the people from South Carolina are going to go. But if you do a big show, people will travel to go to that big show. So, with the 80,000 seat stadium, it sounds like AEW may finally be ready to build their WrestleMania. And I think it's time because right now they do not have that show that is their WrestleMania. And I think Tony Khan's ready to get prepared for that to happen.
So, okay.
Brian, what's so funny, Brian? What are you laughing
Brian,
at?
Quick question.
They already have their WrestleMania, but go ahead, Kiro.
They have their WrestleMania. What is their WrestleMania?
All In.
I was going to ask that. Yeah. Is this All In?
All In their WrestleMania. They only did All In 1 year.
Right? And that's what it is right now. It's their WrestleMania. It's their biggest show of the year. Tell me another show right now.
It's their WrestleMania.
Tell me another show right now that's bringing in 40,000 plus people.
Okay,
for AEW.
Hold on, because WrestleMania is just not about money or what it's bringing in. Because if that's what it is, then you look at the Saudi Arabia shows. They're bigger than WrestleMania.
It's presented as their big
WrestleMania.
It's presented as their biggest shows. When we talk about matchups leading up to this show, we talk about, that should be there. That should be there. The biggest matches of the year should be there, and we always talk about that.
Where should
doesn't it make sense to you?
The year be
personally,
show with the most people, right?
Exactly my point.
That's that show, but that does not mean that show is WrestleMania.
That's their big event.
More than a big arena. WrestleMania is more than just a big event, and WrestleMania
that's their big event, though. That's their big event, and that's their spectacle.
Outside of different countries to come to WrestleMania,
and so do people do it for AEW.
Here's the thing.
It just happens to be in England.
I think I lean in the...
And they've already sold 40,000 tickets.
I lean in the side with Kenny here because WrestleMania makes it pretty clear. This is the end all be all. They say it the exact same words. They've been saying it for years. For all I know, Double or Nothing is pretty big. Double or Nothing is pretty big. Like, what's your show?
Double or Nothing doesn't compare. Double or Nothing doesn't compare to All In.
Why doesn't it compare? Just because of the amount of people there?
No, because that's their anniversary show.
Way.
No, it's not. It is not presented the same way.
All In is presented just like any of their other pay-per-views.
It's presented as their anniversary show.
I agree.
It's presented as, all right, this is our 5th year. This is our 6th year doing it. This is our 7th year doing it. That's all it's presented as. It's not presented as anything else.
Okay, All In this is their 2nd year doing All In, and it's not being presented as a big show. And when you look at what All In was, so you're telling me last year when you watched All In, it felt like WrestleMania.
Brother, that was their first big show last year, and it felt like
WrestleMania 1.
Bro,
Vince McMahon did it up because it was WrestleMania. He went broke the bank doing it.
Exactly what I was thinking, actually.
WrestleMania, that was the show.
While I was watching All In, like I was saying, a lot of people. It's daytime, but that was it. It was like watching another AEW pay-per-view, any other, but there's more people.
It's their WrestleMania in my eyes.
Bro,
nothing else will feel like WrestleMania does. The spectacle that WWE has for their WrestleMania.
Why not?
That's that. because it's not.
This is
bro.
Brian's WWE brain. If Tony Khan wanted to create a WrestleMania, he could create a show like a WrestleMania.
He could definitely do his own thing.
Getting that the stadium is step one. Yeah. But you've got to build the presentation and make that thing feel special, not just have matches. WrestleMania is more about the matches. I don't care what they're putting on at WrestleMania. I'm going because it's WrestleMania. I'm not going to All In just because this is All In. And Big Ohm said it's their first pay-per-view ever. This is their WrestleMania.
That's your WWE brain, though, because you say it's WrestleMania, so you're used to it.
Created the monster WrestleMania is, and if you want to replicate that show, you got to do it.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be replicated though. When you talk about doing it up, are you talking about the stage? Because I agree with you on that. The stage wasn't presented very well.
I'm talking about the entrances. I'm talking about the feel of the event. The stadium is a big part of it. You get celebrities involved. It has to be a big thing if it's going to be WrestleMania, not just we're outside of the country in a big arena, guys. Like nobody else is talking about that except wrestling fans. Everybody talks about WrestleMania though. My cousins who used to watch WrestleMania back in the day, they're like, "Oh, what's going on in WrestleMania this year? It's WrestleMania time."
That's also the way that's also the way it's marketed in the social media phenomenon that WWE is.
That's when WrestleMania. Tony Khan has to market it different if he wants it to be his WrestleMania.
I'll give you that.
Every company has it, even smaller ones. I go back to PWG before it was closed. Like they had the Battle of Los Angeles every year, and you would know. Or like even a small company like the WXW, they have their like 16 karat gold tournament every year. You would hear about it. Or like New Japan has their Wrestle Kingdom, and it makes them a lot more money. More people than usual talk about it. I think every wrestling promotion needs it.
No, bro. No, everybody does not know All In is happening when All In is happening.
They fill this stadium up with 50, 60,000 people, bro. That if y'all want to talk about people knowing about it and doing it, why are they filling up these seats with this many people?
That's what we're saying. It doesn't feel like the biggest event. Yeah, there's like more people for sure. But like when I gave the example of biggest Wrestle Kingdom, that's the biggest event. They put their main event at that show.
MJF and Will Ospreay, not a big main event.
No, Will Ospreay, no.
They don't even have
Will Ospreay and MJF.
They don't have the world title.
Will Ospreay is a.
What does that have to do with anything? We've seen Undertaker and Triple H before. There was no world title involved there.
I don't know. It's not. I don't feel like it's the same thing. Undertaker and Triple H.
How are we comparing Will Ospreay to Undertaker and Triple H?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that you got your biggest face and your biggest heel in the company.
What about Swerve?
That's a match. Okay, Swerve is Swerve. Like I don't got nothing for him right now.
That's not the main event either.
So who's their main event?
Is not the main event.
So who's the main event? Swerve and Bryan Danielson?
Well, at WrestleMania, it's Cody and Roman. It's Roman and The Rock. It's the biggest name that you can ever find.
Exactly.
But whose fault is that?
You said this is their WrestleMania.
Whose fault is and whose fault is that? Is that AEW's fault then for their stars not being bigger? Because now you're just shitting on the stars of AEW.
Not really. I mean, if they booked Adam Copeland correctly, he could have been there for a main event.
Come on, brother. Adam Copeland is 55 years old, bro. At the end of the day,
2 WrestleManias ago and was great with Bryan Danielson.
He main evented 5 years ago, bro. That was like WrestleMania 35 or 36.
Who?
Adam Copeland. That was years ago.
What do you mean?
Stone Cold's main evented a WrestleMania.
Bro, my thing is, y'all saying, these big names, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, obviously they're big names. WWE is the bigger platform here.
I'm not even talking about names and wrestlers and all of that. I'm talking about the presentation, the package. If you want your show to be a WrestleMania, you got to package it like a WrestleMania. They just present All In as a big show. Like Kiddo said, like Wrestle Kingdom, that's New Japan's. I don't even watch it, and I know that's their WrestleMania.
Okay, fair enough.
PWG, Bola, what that was for them.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Not Ebola. Whatever.
No, I said Ebola, right? I didn't say Ebola. Battle of Los Angeles.
No, I'm just joking around.
Back in the day, when they had like Ricochets, Kevin Owens, Young Bucks, they used to
everybody.
But the fact is, I think this is a good choice to get this big stadium arena because it tests your market in the U.S. and it tests how many people will fly in. But if the plan is for him to do a big show, he has to market it like this is going to be our wrestling. He should say it. this is going to be our WrestleMania. Boom. Now everybody's looking at that show. Everybody's going to go there. Everybody's going to look forward to it every year. I mean, he could use the All In name. I think that's fine, but he has to market it like WrestleMania if he wants it to be their WrestleMania.
Maybe he doesn't want the pressure. Last year it sold out, and he believes he's going to sell out this year as well. So, you know what I mean? Maybe when he needs to do it, he'll say it. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. Like, it'd be nice to have this big AEW event to look forward to every year, just like with every other
I do have a question,
company.
though. All right, so we got that talk out the way. Whether it's WrestleMania or not, I don't care. Do you guys think that they do well in the United States?
I think they do. It depends on how they push it. But if they market it like a WrestleMania, like this is going to be our big show, again, if Tony Khan says out of his mouth, this is going to be our WrestleMania. You put the pride to the side. I think that is a huge statement, and people will look forward to it, and all eyes will be on them to see how they deliver in that first year. And I'm sure he could find production guys to put together the big entrances, the big pyro and ballyhoo.
Yeah.
He can do it. He has the money to do it.
Oh,
and
the
just
money ain't the issue here. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I think the final plan, if y'all don't believe that All In could be is Mania or whatever the case is, I think in the end we could be looking at All In as AEW SummerSlam.
Maybe. I mean, I think things will happen naturally over the years anyways. Well, people will have very certain perspectives. But I think for the pay-per-view that they're going to do next year, I'm not even sure if it's going to be like another All-In or a brand new pay-per-view. But the build-up is going to be everything. Because by itself, I'm sure it'll get like a whole bunch of tickets. 80,000? I don't know. I think Tony needs to do a good build, give us a good big couple of matches, and do what Kenny says. Let us know that this is the show. And then even I'll be like interested. Okay, let me check it out. Even if I'm not interested in any of the storylines, the fact that you told me that this is your biggest show, I kind of have to check it out, you know? So
true. And I think they could do 80,000 because of FOMO. People will be scared to miss out. This is the first one. I got to be there, at least for that first one. All eyes on you. You got to deliver. It's got to feel special. But if you can get people in there and that first year feel special, you can bring them back for year 2 as well. So it's up to Tony.
no FOMO.
No, FOMO is a good one.